Have your score recently went down because of poor utilization? Well, in today's video, I'm going to teach you 4 quick tips on how you can have perfect utilization forever. Guys, stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new to the channel, I'm Credit Coach Q, and I created the first cloud-based software that allows you guys to put your credit repair experience into your own hands, guys. Guys, in today's video, I'm super excited because I have a banger, guys. Today, I'm going to teach you guys how to have perfect utilization forever, guys. Now, let's dive straight in. So, first thing that you need to understand about utilization is actually what it is. So utilization holds 30% of your total credit score, right? So the total makeup of your credit score is around 30% when it comes to the effectiveness of utilization, guys. That's how important it is. So I've had clients score go down 100, 90, 80 points within a month just because they utilization have went down on one particular card, guys. So if you have been in any type of experience where your score or your profile has been affected by utilization, this video will be perfect for you, okay? So now that you understand what utilization is, how do you keep it under a certain regulation? So if you go online, they're going to basically tell you the perfect utilization is around 30%, but I'll be the first person to tell you that that particular fact is wrong, right? So the ideal utilization mark that you want to have on your credit cards is 7%, right? So let's dive a little back in regards to the definition of utilization, right? So I'm going to give you guys a quick example of what a utilization is. So say for instance that you had a credit card for $100, $100 limit credit card, and you spend $10 on the credit card. Your current utilization is 10%. So every dollar amount on that particular $100 credit card is going to equate to the same percentage of 100%, correct? So what you want to make sure is that you keep that utilization mark below 7%. So guys, I tell all the clients to make sure that you spend only $7 for every $100 that you have available. That's the easiest way to keep that utilization mark down and to keep your utilization in a prime way. Now, the reason why utilization is so important is because that is kind of the only communication that the credit bureaus have in regards to your profile. So the credit bureaus don't necessarily call you and ask you how your spending habits is, they monitor your utilization. So if you have a high utilization, meaning that if you had a $100 credit card and you spend $90 of that credit card, you're going to communicate to the credit bureaus that you're over leveraged, right? So you're going to basically communicate with them that you are in a distressful financial situation because you are basically putting yourself in a position where you're living off that $100 credit card. And that can be the case with any cards or any utilization that's affecting your profile, guys. So that's why it's so important, because utilization is the communication factor that you give the credit bureaus when it comes to your profile. So like I said, $7 for every $100 that you have available, and that will put you in the best position to always have a 7% utilization. Now, if you already have bad utilization currently, what do, right? So if you already have bad utilization currently, these are the 4 quick tips that you can apply to the situation to better offset the utilization that you have currently, right? Okay, number 1, the first thing that you can do is basically ask for a higher credit limit, right? So like I said, the utilization is basically the limit that you have in this versus the spending that you are that you have available on the card. So like I said, $100, if you spend $10, that's 10%, right? So if you have a credit card that you have $100 on and you already spent $75, so you have a 75% utilization rate, which is high. what you can do is you can call the credit card company, ask for a higher credit limit. So if you had a $200 credit limit opposed to a $100 credit limit, obviously the utilization is not going to be 50% because the total amount has went higher, right? So the average is going to be offset. So that is a great way to offset the utilization if you are having problems with one particular credit card. It's very simple, guys. You can either do it sometimes online, or you can call the creditor or the company themselves and ask for a reconsideration on the application for a higher limit. Now, guys, number two is kind of simple. It's basically paying it off. So let me explain. When you have a high utilization, you want to make sure that it is always put in a position to be paid off. So one thing that you can do is put your credit card on automatic payments, right? So automatic payments is going to put your credit card in a position to never ever be defaulted because you have already set the perimeter to have that payment automatically set, guys. Automatic payments is a lifesaver when it comes to credit cards because not only does it help with utilization, but it also helps with payment history, guys. The payment history is automatically applied once you have the automation put in place for your payments as well. So, guys, the third thing that I want to talk about in terms of utilization is actually adding a trade line. So adding a trade line to the profile can dramatically offset the utilization because the utilization that you have on your credit report makeup is calculated of the average of all available credit, right? So it's not just one credit card that has their own utilization. If you only have one credit card, then obviously that one credit card will be the bulk of the utilization. But if you have 5 credit cards, the utilization is going to be from the average of all 5. Right? So if you have 4 credit cards that is over leveraged and they have high utilization, but they have low limits, what you can do is you can add an authorized user trade line to the profile and potentially offset the utilization because, like I said, it goes from the average. So if you put a high limit authorized user trade line on your profile, once it actually hit, it is going to take the average of the small limits and apply it to the new average of the high limit credit card and gives you a better utilization rate, guys. Now, fourth. Now I said 4, I'm gonna give you an extra one just because I feel like giving you guys a little extra sauce tonight. So 4 is dropping a credit card, right? So if you have a utilization problem on just one particular credit card, it might just be in your best interest to remove the card in full, guys. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that if you do remove it in full, you do risk the potential of losing some data points and dropping your score a little bit because of credit age. Anytime that you remove a aged account on your credit profile, you put your credit profile in a position to lose data points and your score going down. But ultimately, you can ultimately get those credit points and the data points back if you take it off and you apply new habits to the new profile. You eventually will get them back. But if you do remove it, the utilization will offset. And the bad apple, so to speak, will be removed from the profile, which is basically bringing the utilization high. If you remove it in total, like I said, you might lose some credit points, but the utilization as a whole will be better. Now, that is an option where you guys have to keep in mind. If you have an old age account, it might not even be worth it to remove it. But if you don't, if it's a fairly new account, it might be in your best interest to remove it just to bring the utilization higher. Now, This is going to be the 5th secret sauce that I have for bringing your utilization to the perfect status at all times. Now, it's called hiding your utilization, right? So a lot of individuals don't understand that the credit bureaus come and get your utilization data once per month, and the date for that particular gathering of your data is gathered differently for different credit cards. So it's called a reporting date. So everyone knows what a payment date is, but they're not really familiar with what a reporting date is. A reporting date is when the credit bureaus come and gather the information from your report and report it to the credit bureaus, right? Now, what you want to make sure that you're doing is being in front of the reporting date, right? So what you want to do is, if you have Capital One, you want to call Capital One and ask Capital One, when do you guys report my information to the credit bureau? Now, if you have 3 Capital One credit cards, you have 3 different reporting dates. You need to call the Capital One and ask for what's the reporting date for each individual credit card. Now, this is the sauce, guys. You want to make sure that you keep your utilization perfect prior to them coming to get it. Now, if your reporting date is on the 6th and you pay your credit card on the 7th, the credit card payment will not be reflected on your next billing cycle. It will not show on your next credit profile when it comes to gathering those data points. It's not going to show because you have already missed the reporting date. Meaning, so if you have a high utilization on the 5th and you pay, and your reporting date is on the 6th, and you pay your bill on the 8th, you're going to get potentially a high utilization mark on your credit report the following month. And you're going to tell yourself, why do I have high utilization? I just paid this credit card off. But you paid it off after the reporting date came and got the information. So let me give you a better example. If you have a credit card and your reporting date is on the 17th, you max out your credit card on the 9th. You paid the credit card off on the 12th, and then they come and get the information on the 17th. Your credit card utilization is still going to be perfect because you already fixed the problem before the reporting date. Everything revolves around the reporting date, guys. If you stay in front of the reporting date, it is possible for you to max out a particular credit card and then pay it off before the reporting date. Let me give you one more example. You have your reporting date is on the 17th. You max out your credit card on the 15th and you pay it off on the 16th. The following utilization for that date is still going to be intact, guys, because you already paid it off before they came and got it on the 17th. And then on the 19th, you maxed it out again. It's not going to reflect as a maxed out credit card because they already came and got it on the 17th. So anything that you do after the 17th, well, I say in 5 days because credit card reporting cycles are weird, but anything that you do after that reporting date is not going to be gathered for that month, guys. So as long as you are in front of all of your reporting dates, you should be good when it comes to utilizing the credit. You will be able to literally max out a credit card. I'm not opposing or advising anyone to max out any credit cards, but if you do need to use a credit card for any emergency purposes, it's better to use the credit cards around the reporting date, guys. Guys, if you found any of this information helpful, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel, guys. It helps us get into the algorithm, and it helps YouTube continue to promote and push this content, guys. Guys, take care of yourself and take care of your credit. Until next time, talk to you soon.